Hello, welcome to Oxford Heirlooms. This is an introduction to project number 50, which I'm calling an Eton suit. I have a young friend whose son is going to be in his aunt's wedding, and he's wears about a size 5 around in the girth, but he's only 3 years old. So the length on size 5 things don't do for him. So I'm making an Eton suit for him to wear in the wedding. It's going to have a white piqué shirt with a tab with some buttons down the front. The jacket and the shorts are going to be navy velvet. And then for a little bit of fun, we're going to line the jacket with some dark green silk that matches the mother's bridesmaid's dress. And for a little extra fun, we're going to add a little bit of a detail inside the suit of a striped silk piping. Okay, now, the patterns that I'm using for this particular project. Okay, now the Eton suit actually comes out of the magazine Classic Sewing, and that is Holiday 2023, but it's got the little fella with the Eton suit on the front of it. Now, this particular magazine came with the pattern complete with the magazine. Now, I'm going to use the jacket and the shirt as shown in the pattern, but I'm not really pleased with the little shorts that come with this pattern. So what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using the Robert shorts pattern from Children's Corner Patterns. I like this a little bit better. Unlike this particular pattern, it doesn't have a zipper fly in the front of it. It's got a smooth front, but it does have a couple of little pockets to make it a little bit more fun for the little fella. Okay, now my materials that I will be having. I've got my navy blue velvet up here. I've got my white piqué, which is actually a very traditional piqué stripe. I've got some baby interfacing, which I will need to use for the jacket. I've got my dark green silk lining and my ivory and green silk stripe that I'll use for a little bit of piping inside of the jacket. I've got some navy blue buttons for the front of the coat and for the sleeves, and I've got some white pearl buttons for the little piqué shirt. Now the materials list itself. Okay, the yardage is required. I'm going to be making this in a size 5, but suited to fit the arms and legs of a 3-year-old. So I needed 1 3/4 yards of navy velvet, 1.5 yards of dark green silk taffeta, 1/2 yard of striped silk taffeta, 1 1/2 yards of striped, white piqué, about 1 yard of baby interfacing. I needed 7 9/16 navy buttons and 11 of the 3/8 inch pearl buttons. Okay, so I've got my materials set out here on the counter, as you can see. And it's a nice look. So the navy blue and the dark green are part of the bride's wedding colors. Now, once again, the pattern that the patterns that I'm using for this particular project, the Eton suit comes out of Classic Sewing Magazine, Holiday 2023. Okay, that particular magazine came with the pattern envelope for the jacket, and you needed to download the patterns for the shirt and the shorts. But I've decided I'm not using the shorts that came with this particular project. I'm going to use the shorts from the Robert pattern from the Children's Corner. Okay, so I'll put my materials list up as a slide at the end of the video. But once again, this is an introduction to project number 50, an Eton suit. Thank you.